Hey everybody, welcome to day 29. That's right, 29, right?
Yep.
Of the Take Back Your Life video journey. 40 days, almost said 30 days, 40 days of thinking right so that you can live right. And we are on 29. Stay in the pack, the start of week 5. And our verse for today, just as each of us has one body with many members, and these members do not all have the same function, so in Christ we, though many, form one body, and each member belongs to all the others. That's Romans 12, verses 4 and 5. And today we're talking about being a good friend, having friends, and maintaining those relationships.
Being in community. We like being in community.
One of the things that we have done for a long time is had a weekly gathering on Sunday evening at our house. We share food together and we share life together and we do Bible studies, and so it's just been a good source of community that has grown and evolved over the course of about, 7 or 8 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we have different people that have stayed and people that have come and went in seasons. And part of what Pastor talks about in today's reading is that there are typically 5 people that you're usually in community with. So once you get past that, it's very hard to maintain those very deep relationships. And we're talking about relationships where you know that you can call and they'll come, that they've got your back, that they are there to nurture, that they pour into your kids, they pour into your family. Once you get past 5 or so relationships, it's very hard to maintain those relationships.
They become a little bit less deep.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get past the 5, and the interesting thing about it is Pastor says that you're the average of the 5 people that you do life with. So if you look at the 5 people that are closest to you, you're probably an average of those 5 people. And I can think of the 5 men that I would consider close to me, and I would say that that's an accurate statement. And I can see a little bit of myself in each of these men, and hopefully they see some of themselves in me.
Mm-hmm. And it's encouraging whenever you're able as a wife to see your husband have deep relationships with other men. That I know like the first 4 or 5 years of our marriage, you struggled with having relationships with other men just because I think that it's a stigma for men. Like, you're going to go, you're going to get a job, you're going to grind, you're going to provide, you do all of these things, and it's hard to foster relationships doing all of that.
Well, I mean, men are busy, and I'm not saying women are not busy, but men are a little bit more autonomous. We can handle doing things a little bit more alone, and that's not a great thing. It's just one thing that men are capable of, and so yeah, I'm sure that to some degree that's part of why at the time it was a bit of a struggle, but the people that we do life with are invaluable to us. The relationships that we have with these families means the world to April and I.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Pastor Craig Groeschel says, take a look at your friends and you'll see where you're headed. That's not the exact statement. It's in the book. You'll be able to read it today. But he says, show me your friends and I'll show you your future, I think is sort of what the
that's about it.
So that's encouraging for me because there are a lot of things about the people that we do life with that I want to emulate.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is Pastor mentions that God gives different gifts to different people. There's a place in the pack for everybody, whether God's calling you to his lieutenant or Omega or Alpha or something in between, there's a place for you. So, make the effort to be a good friend, and your friends will make an effort to be a good friend back. I mean, that's one of the things we've always talked about with the kids whenever they have struggled to make friends, is saying, are you being a good friend? Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you step into a situation and you go, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. You step into the situation and you learn what's happening, what's going on, and then you figure out how you can benefit that existing situation, whatever it may be.
Exactly. Being a good friend, meaning, I'm going to say it a little bit different than how he just said it. How can you help that person? And a lot of times it's just at the beginning, listening for what it is that they're needing, what they're saying, so that you can hear, is there something that I'm gifted in that I can help you with? Because it's all about bonding. It's about building those relationships so that you are able to encourage one another, that you're able to pray for one another, that you're able to do life with one another.
So again, we've talked about having a squad already. I mean, we've talked about these things, and this again is just a reiteration of the fact that you need to be making sure that you have a good set of friends that are building you up and not tearing you down. So, that's an important part of life. The community that we do life with is drastically important. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, as you can see, we're not in the studio. This behind us is actually real tonight. So we are out and about. We're on our way to go see Jaden at her spot in Montana. We made it to somewhere. We're in the middle of Kansas. I don't know where it is. It's dark and flat, so you can't tell.
25% of the way.
So
Rockford did not drive 1,000 miles today.
I didn't go 1,000 miles. I think we only did about 400.
Yeah.
Of course, we only did 400 because we didn't leave till the day was almost over.
It was 2:00.
Yeah, the day's almost over. Sun went down at like 2:30.
It did not.
So
dramatic.
I know it. But, these are the things that, I think the kids are going to remember many years from now. And so we're gonna make the best of it. It's a little weird camping, or I say camping, I mean it's glamping. Let's be clear. In the middle of winter, we like to sort of cheat our way through. So we boondock at truck stops and everything else. So there's trucks all around us running, and so it's a unique experience, but it's a lot of fun. It's
free if you can put up with the noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you don't get to put the slides out, and it's a bit of a hassle, but it's free.
And that's a big deal whenever you got a family of 7.
Yeah. We just learn how to take advantage of the system. Thanks, Pilot Flying J. You guys are the best.
Where's Reagan? We need her to say hashtag not sponsored.
This is not an ad for Pilot Flying J. So anyway, all right, we'll be back tomorrow with day 30. So that means we're going to finish tomorrow and have 10 days left. So you guys buckle up. We're going to push on through to the very end of this deal. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow.